Hello there, Cancer. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about December. We're going to have 5 weeks, so we'll have 5 columns of cards and 3 rows as per usual. I have a candle here to light to give us some good vibes and get the good energies flowing. That is going to be super nice. It's that chakra candle. We're still working on that, so that's fun. Ta-da! Working on it. It's almost done, but not quite, so very fun. All right. Set that there, and now we got the mood set. That's good news. Couple of things to know. Number one, thank you all for your likes, shares, and subscribes. I reached 1,000 subscribers. Woo! All right, let's go for 2. Yes, I'm excited. So the next thing we're going to talk about is how I'm going to have a free reading at the end of this month. I will be posting up a free reading. So there will be a way to enter into the drawing, and I'll talk about that at the end of the video, okay? So, a couple of messages from my guides. My guides are talking to all of us about how it's time for us to knuckle down and ask for help. I know some of us aren't very good at that. I'm not. So it's important for us to remember to ask for help, allow people to be of assistance to us, because the more we do that, the less stress we're in. And that's a good thing. We want to be under less stress, and we want to make sure that we're taking good care of ourselves. All right. The other thing to know, message for all 12 signs from my guides, is really that we need to circle the wagons. We need to make a tighter knit group with our friends group, with our family group, with our work group, all of our little groups. So we want to make sure that we're feeling more supportive of each other, and they will then be more supportive of us, right? It's a group experience. But it's about getting to know each other on a deeper level, okay? So don't be afraid to have deeper, meaningful conversations and getting to know people that you wouldn't normally have talked to before. It's good. I think it will help a lot to understand each other more fully. You never know what's going on with another human being until you actually talk to them about what's going on. So it's kind of fun, and I hope that you enjoy the opportunity to try talking to someone new. It'll be a good thing overall, okay? So let's go ahead and get you a guiding card for the month, huh? All right, Cancer, what we have here, we're using the Etherieal Visions Illuminated Tarot just for this particular card. Okay, for your guiding card, we will go ahead and pick one for you, Cancer. And there it is right there. Okay, cool. Now we'll set these aside. All of these are, of course, pre-programmed for you. Ooh, you got the Empress. Hello. This is all about manifesting without having to do a lot of heavy-duty work. This is so much fun. Everybody wants this card, but we don't all get it. So, yeah, just tell the universe what you need, and it will come to you fairly serendipitously. You're working on pure abundance right now, so that's super fun. Everybody wants to work on pure abundance. I mean, what? So this is an excellent card. Very much so about putting your energy out in the universe, letting people know where you're at, what you need, what you want, and it will come to you serendipitously. People will have extra one of those and an extra one of those, and you'll end up having everything you need. It's going to be amazing. So, Cancer, oh, to be you, right? It's not true, I'm not that, and that's okay. Good for you. I hope that you make good use of this energy all month long and just manifest the crap out of everything you need. All right, that's gonna be super fun. All right, let's get into some other cards and get into the overview. All right, so yes, we have something very cool going on. We are going to get you a mystery card. This is the deck we're using for that. This is the Magical Nordic Tarot. We've used it before, and we're using it for this particular mystery card because it'll be fun for us, and I think that it will give all the information you need for what you want. All right, there it is. We're going to set it over here next to Woody. Woody's a good boy. He's going to take good care of that. Thank you. And we'll set these cards off to one side. And now we're going to use the Tempest deck, of course, for the overview. So we'll go ahead and lay these out and see where we get to, all right? 5 columns, 1 for each week of the month of December, and then we'll make 3 rows The first row is always where we are. The second row is going to be what's blocking us. And of course, the third row is our solution. So very cool. Always good to get into solutions whenever possible and at least have an idea of where you're supposed to be going. Okay, sometimes it gets interesting, right? So let's go ahead and look at what we have going on. I am going to, of course, this will be the first week and we'll go in depth on this first week at the end of this video. Okay, now then, November 30th through December 6th, the first week, we are looking at the Seven of Pentacles. You are financially secure. You have the money that you need to take care of whatever it is you're working towards or working on. I really am happy for you to have that. It just releases a little strain and stress that some folks are still going through. So remember, when you're talking to your people at work and or your groups, and you're getting to know them on a deeper level, your being financially secure might be a contingency or an issue within the situation. So it's other people may not be going through that, so you're going to want to listen up and keep that to yourself maybe. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. Where you're blocked, right here, we're looking at the Tower, and the Tower is showing up, showing me that you are blocked from having things move one way or the other. You might be teetering on the edge of movement one way or the other, good, bad, or indifferent, but it's not going to do a darn thing. I feel like you're teetering on the edge. You're not going to have it go, it's not going to fall together. It's not going to fall apart. It's just hanging out right here in the middle, okay? Which is going to make you a little crazy. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Just understand that. And of course, your solution is to use your very best judgment, because your judgment will be on fire. You can use your good judgment at this time to make sure you are not choosing incorrectly, right? We talked about you. You're financially secure. Things things got clogged up, but they're not going to get dislodged right away, but use good judgment on what you do to see if you can't make things move along. Because I know how you are. You're going to make things move along as best you can. All right, so let's look into the 7th through the 13th, Cancer. 7th through the 13th of December, we have the Five of Pentacles showing, yeah, there is something happening for you where you're going to want to get some advice about how to use your finances and make sure your money is working as hard as you are, okay? Because if you don't have your money working as hard as you are, well, you're just, yeah, you worked too hard for that. So don't let it just sit there idle. Make it do something, okay? And now the Hierophant here is talking about how you're blocked from staying in your faith about what's being offered up. You may not care for the story, and you don't have to take every story. I mean, you may get advice, but it may not be advice that you're comfortable with, and that is fine. I'm saying, yes, get it doing something, but you don't have to take every offer, okay? Be cautious, be careful, be smart. Don't do things that make you uncomfortable. The Hierophant is saying that your faith is blocked. So whatever you're having faith in, you may have like a certain thing that you like to invest in, but you don't have any faith in it right now. And so you'll be looking for something outside the box. But once again, trust your own personal intuition more so. But yeah, think about stuff, but don't make any major moves unless you know for sure, okay? There will be new information coming to you as part of your solution about something that you do care about. It could be some people that you care about, some other group or some other situation that you care about that will help you make better decisions about what's happening around you, okay? That is very good news, all right? When we go deeper, some of this stuff is going to get more clear, okay? This card here is talking about, of course, the 14th through the 20th. And the 14th through the 20th has the Four of Wands. There will be a mind meld to more. You and somebody else are going to be thinking the same thoughts, coming up with the same ideas, and feeling very much so akin to one another, so that you can move forward in a very good way, because you are thinking the same thoughts and having like, oh yeah, I get it. We're having a mind meld, right? Which is super cool. I like that. You will not be able to fight for your heart's desire in the mix. So whatever you want for your heart person, for your heart self, for your, it could be within a relationship or otherwise, will not be able to be communicated at this time. So you'll have a mind meld about your ideas, but not about your heart, okay? Not about what you really care about. If you're sharing your feelings, they're not going to be received as well as your ideas. Your ideas will be received beautifully. Your feelings, meh, not so much. Don't take it personally, just realize that that's kind of what's going on, okay? Right, fighting for your ideas is going to be the paramount thing to do, the proper thing to do at this time. That is your solution, is to go ahead and fight for your ideas. Since you got your ideas and other people are already melding on that, you can fight for those and everybody will get on board. So I feel like your ideas are primary this particular week. Maybe your passions, not so much. Not sure why, but that's what's happening. Next week over, we're talking about the 21st through the 27th of December. Oh yeah, big changes, big pushes, big movement. This could be a trip, an adventure, which would be super appropriate during the week of Christmas, depending on what holiday you celebrate. It doesn't have to be Christmas, it can be any darn holiday you'd like to celebrate, but there will be travel. Some sort of travel and movement. Some of you could be making bigger moves. Might be like moving out of town or something like that. It's an interesting time to choose to move out of town, but there's something about that for some of you that it's going to be exactly like that. So keep that in mind. Where you're blocked, beautiful, open relationship, love, joy, is going to be blocked right now. So this may not be your best time in this situation. You may not be having a good relationship situation. You may be feeling a little bit less than, this sort of speaks to the idea that you might be moving away from a relationship, which isn't working out after all, because you're blocked from good love and joy, okay? So I feel like for some of you, you're breaking up, you're having a glitch, or you may have to give away something that you care about, maybe a pet you'll have to leave with an ex, which is going to break your heart a little bit. So somewhere in here, there's a little heartbreak, all right, for some of you. And I'm not sure, I mean, this is a terrible week to have a little heartbreak. I want you to be around other people as much as you can, the people who really care about you, that will want to just keep you close and keep you tight. Well, things are getting a little weird for you. I apologize for that. That's never what I want to see. But the other supporting cards, when we go deeper on this week, will help clarify what's going on there. The Ace of Swords is your solution, and it's all about the gift of responsibility. So there is going to be something else that will be the gift of responsibility for you. Oh, and for some of you, right? Huh, interesting. So some of you, I'm getting, are going to be gifted with the responsibility of, right, it's like, you want to travel, that's cool, but you're going to be put in charge of something right away that will be, in fact, maybe maybe you're going to go pet sit for somebody, but they're a rambunctious puppy that's going to eat the couch, right? And so you have to really stay on top of it. Stay on top of it. They are blocking you from going and doing anything else because now it's a rambunctious puppy. For some of you, that's going to be the case, is that you're going to have rambunctious kids or something that needs a lot of monitoring. And whatever the monitoring is, it is the gift of joy, but that gift of joy will in fact be so over the top that it's a lot, right? You're like, you got to stay on top of it. No sleeping, no eating, no visiting with family because, well, I got this responsibility. The gift of responsibility is a big one, okay? Just pay attention to how that plays, all right? Now then, let's talk about the final week of December, 28th through January 3rd. Oh yeah, finally we're going to get together with our family. That's nice. There's a lot of, this could be chosen family and much as real family, but you're going to feel the love, you're going to feel the comfort, you're going to feel all the good juju of your family and your people because that's who you want around at this time, and it's going to be so very nice for you. I like that a lot. You deserve that. Nice. And of course, the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is all about how there is a beautiful thing happening here. She's blocking you, of course. This is a down-to-earth, easygoing kind of friend, family member, somebody you know who is very, very nice and very comfortable and very lovely. But this person is standing in the way of your moving forward. Maybe maybe you have a friend who came into town. You're like, hey, this is so great. This is so wonderful. I'm hanging out with my family. I'm having a good time. Oh, you have to come hang out with me. Oh, no. Oh, no. Much as you want to hang out with them or have them come over while you're hanging out with family, fact is, there's two different channels, two different groups, friend groups, and you're like, uh-oh. Will they blend? Will they manage to work together? For some of you, that's going to be just exactly how you do it. You're like, come on over, have some wine with my family, and we'll just chillax. And sometimes that'll work. Others, not so much. So be aware that this could be something that pulls you away from where you're at, hanging out with family. You're like, oh man, I got to go do this one thing for a little bit, and I'll be back. Okay? So you'll work it out. But yeah, it's going to be a block from this joyful moment. All right? But your solution is, of course, going to be making sure that your finances are squared away. Don't loan out a bunch of money at this particular week, okay? This is not a time for Cancer to loan out money. This is about you maintaining your foundation financially, making sure I feel like either family will want to help, want a little help, or maybe this person will want a little help, but don't give it up, okay? Because if you go and give up your finances, you're going to be in more trouble than you think. Okay? We don't want that. We want you to be in a good situation. All right? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to set these cards aside so that we can come back to them in other readings, because that is how I do it. Every week we'll go in deep on one of these weeks for the month ahead. All right? As we will do right now for the very first week. Let's look at it. So the very first week of December is November 30th through the 6th. And I'm going to go ahead and use this deck, which is the Mythic Tarot. We used it for our mystery card last month. And now we're using it for complete depth, right? Nice. So let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. This is where you are. This is what's blocking you, and this is your solution. All right? So we were talking about you having good finances right now. Everything is going on. Try not to spend all your money in one place and don't fritter it away on silly stuff. Okay? This is important. We want you to stay on top of your finances. Even though you have some, that's exactly when you work it harder. The Five of Cups is showing us that you're also going to want to remember lessons from past relationships as you move forward this week, because maybe there's question marks about how and who in your life is going to be wanting your money. What they're going to want to do about it. That other people love to spend your money. What's up with that? We have the Ten of Pentacles. This is family money in the mix at this time. There are some of you that might be getting a little inheritance. Some of you may not. Some of you may be looking or having people come around you that are family that need money. So pay attention to who they are, what they're bringing to the table. Sometimes that's okay. Sometimes it's part of you wanting to have a happy family and a group. And if you all are getting yourselves into beautiful relationships with families or people, I'm seeing couples getting together where there's a pre-established kids and other things. So don't be mad and upset about the fact that you may have to support that. You may have to support that family in that mix. So you're going to be working towards saving your money, but also remembering in past relationships how you ended up either being far too involved or too little involved, and where this time you can do it differently and figure out how you're going to do your family finances within your new relationship situation, remembering lessons from the past. Okay? So whatever you did in the past, maybe you're doing it differently this time, because it's going to be interesting, right? So we were talking about how you are teetering on the edge. You're like, not really sure if it's going to fall together, but not sure if it's going to fall apart. You're blocked from having it fall either way. This doesn't come up very often, but that's how this card is totally running right now. It's blocked from falling either way. So we're working on making something happen, all right? The King of Pentacles is here, showing that there is indeed a gentleman in the mix who is very financially motivated. He likes money. He likes to get a good deal. He likes very much to be paying attention to all of those things. And he's blocking you somehow this particular week. I don't know whether he's getting in the way of you getting a good deal because he's so busy trying to get a good deal for himself. But he's definitely paying attention to your money and what you're doing with it. Pay attention to who that is. This could be a younger man, a younger person with male energy. It doesn't have to be somebody who's older than you. This could be somebody younger who's paying attention to your money more than you are. But yeah, it's going to be hard for you to keep your finances balanced right now. Maybe this person here has a lot of things going on where they need your money to help support their process or their situation. It could be, oh, I'm just going to throw some stuff out there like, oh, his car broke down. He needs money to get it out so he can go back to college and do all this normal stuff. And I'm like, well, that's interesting. But we want to make sure that this person is getting the best deal possible. They are savvy, but you want to double check and verify that they are getting the best choices when it's other people's money if you're helping them out, because they're somebody's kid and you want to help them out, right? Be careful. Just watch what's going on. Weigh out the pros and the cons. I'm not saying don't. I'm saying be careful. That's all. Okay? Now your solution is to use very good judgment. Yep. Be careful. Use very good judgment. Your judgment is on par, okay? So you know when you've seen good things, you even have your own mechanic. So you may want to say, I'd like to get a second opinion on the vehicle with my mechanic before I make any big decisions. I'm not saying no to your guy. I'm just saying I'd like to get a second opinion. That's all. And make sure that we're not doing frivolous work. We're doing the work that needs doing. Okay? It doesn't make you wrong. It makes you smart. Okay? New information about things you care about will be coming your way. So you might be gathering up new information about the people that the new relationship situation, or this could be a not new relationship, but you're definitely gathering new information to do with your current situation, your current relationship. So new information. Oh, in the past we've done this and that and the other thing. Right. In the past we've always gone to this guy and he always gives us a chance to make payments and he's been really, really cool. Like, but how much do you owe him right now? Right? So you may have to walk in the door where they've been getting a really good deal for a long time, but you'll have a backlog of money owed to that place. So you got to be careful about what she already owes this mechanic on top of whatever is owed for this car, because so it might be, yeah, we need, why does it seem like it's so expensive? Well, we owe the guy from prior fixes on the car, so that's why we're going back to him and we're going to try and make sure he gets paid off. So pay attention to what information you're getting. It doesn't actually have to be about money. It could be about somebody, just how they're working and how they're doing things. And whatever that is, it will be helpful to you as you're making good judgment calls, okay? It may be that you just can't afford to take them to that mechanic this time to clear their bill. But if you take them to your own mechanic first and get that thing fixed for cheap right now, boop, you're taking good care of your finances, making sure you're taking care of yourself. And you'll work on that guy's bill later or whatever when you have a better option or situation, right? Or have him work for it with his car up and running, right? So, yeah, there will be a moment where you want to take a time out. Do some thinking on your own. When you have a lot of people pulling and tugging and suggesting and I feel like they're using their emotions to pull you over to their way of thinking as best they can, when the fact is you need to make your own decisions right here. This is about you, Cancer, making your own decisions about what you're willing to get into, what you're willing to pay for, what you're willing to do right now. And if it's not good for you to put a big bunch of money out for this person to get out of debt with this one mechanic, then maybe you shouldn't go there, right? But make that decision on your own without them continuing to add more information. Sometimes people do that. They add layer upon layer of story after story after story because they just are trying to win you over to their way of thinking. But it doesn't make it easier for you to make a basic decision to pay or not to pay. That's all up to you. Okay? So then, very good. I like that. It turned out all right. All right, let's go ahead and get you one of these beautiful Path of the Soul cards. Let's see what's going on for you. All right, what do we have for Cancer? That's the one. Ooh, fun. Let's see what we have here. So this card here, look at that crazy fun thing. My goodness. It's got a lot of green Buddha, doesn't it? So it's wonderful stuff. I feel some healing energy coming out of it. I feel abundance, knowledge, understanding, a lot of growth. And it's as much about you growing as it is about them growing, because you have to learn to trust yourself as well as they trust you, right? You have to trust yourself to know your best, know your way around what you're talking about, and not be a pushover, but also don't be a person who's willing to sell them down the river. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to tell them I don't care. I'm trying to tell them that I do care, but I'm not going to pay tippity-top dollar for nothing because you're being taken for a ride or you owe that guy a bunch of money. So you're going to work it out. I think you'll find another way to take care of it on the cheap for now, and then start getting your person, your young man or young male energy person, to go find a way to make some money to help pay that down himself, which will help teach him the responsibility for it as opposed to you having to take it on yourself. But you do you, right? But yes, this is a really great card. I really like the energy of it. It's about growth, knowledge, understanding, and about people learning. I feel like there's a lot of learning in this. This is about you learning how to hold your own without making it about how you're not supporting, right? You are supporting, you're helping, but you're doing it in your own way and not with just throwing money at it, because I think that's what they're used to. Okay? Cool. So let's get you your mystery card. What's this one? 9 of Wands. Hello. Absolutely. Stand up for who you are. Don't let anyone tell you that you're doing it wrong, because you're doing it your way. You are not going to be the same old sugar daddy other people learned of or understood, or sugar mama. The fact remains, you got to teach people how to be responsible. If nobody else is going to teach anyone to be responsible, you can love upon a person, but you also have to be willing to make the boundaries and let them understand what the true boundaries are. So you're not going to stop business from moving appropriately, but you will stop yourself from paying off everyone's debt. They have to learn how to be responsible, okay? This is good. I don't see any problem here, but do stand up for who you are and what you want and what you need to do. And I think that they'll kind of get on board, and in the end, they'll find themselves respecting you more, I think. They'll be bitchy, probably a little bitchy, but you're not saying no. You're just saying not the whole thing, okay? Cool. So I'm going to get you a pocket full of rocks. All right, we have, ooh, nice. Black obsidian, goldstone, and clear quartz. All right, so black obsidian is a first chakra stone. It's all about staying grounded and also having all the negativity in the air sucked out of the room. So, while all this is going down, you're going to want to have this in your pocket. It won't come into your heart. They may spit some venom, but the fact is it won't go into your heart and make you feel like you've been wounded or stabbed or poked at or anything else. You'll feel very good, okay? Goldstone is a second chakra stone, and it's all about physically doing the work revolving around the situation. So you are moving forward in a good way. You're able to do the footwork. You're able to do the activities that are required to get things done, okay? This is not a sit around on the couch kind of stone. This is all about get off the couch, let's go, all right? And that's good news. We like that. Now, clear quartz is going to be an all chakra stone, dun, 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 offering clarity, okay? The point will always point down, so we're bringing energy from the universe down through the crown chakra, through whichever chakra you want to put this stone on. It can work on any one of them if you're feeling stuck in any one area. Maybe you're not feeling like you're getting your words out properly. You want to put that on your throat, while you meditate and pull the energy down through and have it unclog your throat so that you can speak more freely and more clearly and gently towards all the people that you care about, getting what you need taken care of. All right, so that's very cool. All right, so it doesn't have to go on your throat. It can go on any chakra that feels like it's not producing. Okay, excellent. So we're going to put those right there. All right, and of course, well, hello. Yes, Cancer, you don't have to carry those stones if you don't want to, but you can if you like. They're here for you as you need. And of course, what a wonderful thing. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate the one and the all of you. Your likes, shares, and subscribes matter. They count. I see each and every one of them as they show up. So thank you, and I appreciate you. And if you do leave me a comment, I would happily respond. If you want to talk about the rocks, if you want to talk about the reading, if you want to talk about anything, I'm here for you, okay? Now, if you haven't checked the description box below, there's a lot of good stuff down there. You're going to find all the cards are there, so you can go to Amazon or Etsy and get these decks for yourself. And if you want to come out to a Renaissance fair, you'll see my schedule is there. There are changes, so if you've looked at it before and thought, meh, well, go ahead and check it again because things are changing. And I would love for you to come out to the fair and get an in-person reading. That would be so much fun for both of us. And if you can't do that, I totally understand. You can, in fact, sign up for an over-the-phone reading where I read for you over the phone and everything gets done. That'll be a during the week situation, and it will be so much cool. It'll be very cool. I appreciate the one and the all of you. You wanted to know about that free drawing for a reading, a free reading, that of course, at the end of the month, in the first week of January, I will, of course, take all of your entrants. So in order to enter, you just leave an emoji down in the comments, okay? So leave an emoji. One emoji is one entry. If you leave multiple individual messages, those will be individual entrants, okay? You can leave a big old string of emojis if you want to, but it'll only be one. But you have to keep commenting in order to have more entrants. And then I'll put them all in a hat and pick one out, and then I will communicate with you privately, and I will also post your name in the first week of January as a winner, all right? So very cool. I hope that you'll all enter as many times as you like. I appreciate the one and the all of you. And we will talk next week about the 7th through the 13th, all right? We'll see you then.